Hello and welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to be sharing with you guys some more real estate myths. This is part 2. Make sure you go back and check out the first video, Real Estate Myths Debunked. But before we get into the video, my name is Eleah Sims and I'm part of the Gateway Realty team here in Melfort, Saskatchewan. If you are interested in learning more about buying or selling real estate, then make sure that you subscribe to this channel. All right, let's get into the video. Myth number 1, real estate agents are all the same. So this is obviously not true. While all licensed real estate agents take the same basic training and education, real estate agents are not created equal. So first of all, different agents specialize in different areas. So there are 4 specialties that you can be licensed in when you become a realtor. There's residential, commercial, farm, and property management. So most realtors will be licensed primarily probably in residential real estate, but there are some who are just strictly commercial, farm, or property management. And then there are still some who are fully licensed in all aspects of real estate. So they offer a wide range of services to their clients. Another thing that differentiates realtors is the level of experience. So experience goes a really long way in this business because there's much that you learn from dealing with clients and just actually completing transactions that you don't necessarily learn from the education. I think that most realtors would agree that you learn something from every deal. So another thing that differentiates realtors is the services offered to clients. So there are some realtors that offer sort of just a basic level of service. So they might not have professional equipment to take photos of their listings. They may not even edit the photos before they put them online. And then the flip side of that, you may have realtors who have really high quality photos, or they may even hire a professional photographer to come in and take the photos. They might offer virtual tours. They might have floor plans of their listings. So there are definitely different levels of services that realtors offer. So these are just some examples of how realtors definitely are not the same. So myth number 2, real estate always appreciates in value. So historically speaking, I think that we would agree that real estate does appreciate, but people need to realize that this is over many, many years. So if you were to invest in a stock, you wouldn't expect to make a lot of money over a couple of years. You would, however, expect to make money if you invested in this stock for 20 or 30 years. And that is similar to real estate. When you purchase a home, you shouldn't expect to sell it in a couple of years and make a lot of money. You could expect, however, to make some money if you held onto the property for many years. So economic factors, supply and demand, and then other factors can obviously affect the market, and it can even cause the market to depreciate. So for example, if you purchased your home in 2021, when prices were extremely high, and then say in a few years you get offered a job that's going to require you to relocate and you need to sell your house, and if those prices have softened at all and the market has come down, well then there's a good chance that you might actually be losing money on your home, unfortunately. So let's move on to myth number 3. You need a large down payment to buy your home. So this in fact is not true. Most buyers will be able to put down a 5% down payment on a home if they are residing in the property. So there are, however, some benefits to putting down a larger down payment. One of those benefits is that you will avoid paying mortgage insurance. So companies like CMHC, which stands for Canada Mortgage Housing Corporation, they actually insure mortgages with lower down payments, such as 5, 10, or 15%. If you have a 20% down payment, then you will not have to pay that mortgage insurance. Another obvious benefit is that your monthly payment will be lower. So myth number 4 is that renovating always adds value. So this unfortunately is not true. I wish that it were, but it's not. I've seen too many times where homeowners have renovated or done some work to their home, but it just wasn't done properly, or they didn't pick proper finishings. And in the end, it actually didn't add any value to their home. So for example, you could decide to replace your kitchen cupboards, but then choose cupboards that are already outdated and that are not in style. Well, you're likely not going to have buyers really appreciate this type of renovation or want to pay for this type of renovation if they're gonna want to rip those cupboards out anyways. Another example is people who kind of do the work themselves, so like DIY, and they don't have a lot of experience or expertise and they do not a very good job. Then buyers are going to often look at renovations like that and think, well, I'm gonna have to rip this out and replace it anyways. So obviously in many cases, when the work is done properly and the finishings are in style, then there can be an increase in value when renovations are completed. However, there's just not a guarantee that you'll have a return on investment. So myth number 5 is location is the most important factor when buying a home. So this is not true. Location is definitely up there, but it's not number 1. The most important thing should be condition of the property, more specifically condition of the foundation and the roof. So these 2 things really contribute to the structural integrity of the home. So if there's bad foundation and a bad roof, then that's gonna cost a lot of money to repair. And if they don't get repaired, then it's going to affect the length of time that home can even be lived in. Unfortunately, I've seen people who have had to give their home back to the bank because they could not afford to repair their foundation and the home was no longer in livable condition. So they had to move out of the home and they had to give the house back to the bank because they couldn't pay to fix it. So that is obviously an extreme condition, but it can happen, and I would not wish that upon anybody. So make sure that when you are doing your house shopping that you're getting things looked at and you're specifically looking at the foundation and the roof. So that is it for today. If you can think of any real estate myths that you want me to address, then please leave a comment below and perhaps I will do a part 3. Thanks for tuning in. I'll see you guys next week.